Inside our LA NBA studio with Paul and Stan, I'm Michelle. Celtics, nice little turnaround there, up at the half, 64-53. But there are other games going on around the league. We shall take a look at those right now, starting with Nets Rockets. James Harden looking for an 18 straight 30-point game. First quarter, Nets down 2.
Oh, Jared Allen.
He's got 21 and 10 at the half, Jared
You
Allen.
guys thought he just blocked dunks. Oh,
I didn't think that.
not right there, though.
And this is Eric Gordon, but they've only shot 14 twos in the first half, 35 threes, the Rockets.
Say that again, Stan?
How many threes?
How many?
35 three-point attempts in the first half.
That's a record, ladies and gents. Brooklyn up 5 there in the third quarter. Second in these Bucks visiting the Grizzlies. First quarter Grizz down. Jamaica Green.
Oh,
Come on, man.
that's an and one because he was in the arc trying to take the charge.
And he would make that free throw. That seemed personal, by the way. Giannis.
Please believe he's going to get into action.
I will please believe that.
Nobody gets to the rim like he does, and that's all people try to do, stop him from getting there.
Woo, right before the half. Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir.
He's going to go. You just can't stop him.
He would make the free throw. Bucks up 5 at the half. Magic. Pistons. Third straight win. Magic looking for second quarter. Vucevic. Oh, this was a big one for us up
He's
here
an
at the
all-star
table.
this year. What you think?
I think he should be. Yeah, I've watched a lot of their games because I'm friends with Steve Clifford, and yeah, I think Vucevic should be an all-star. Not only with his scoring, but he rebounds the ball. He's a high assist guy. Just a very, very good year.
And that one needs a little extra time to get things done. Overtime for those guys. Anthony Davis arriving at Oracle off a monster 46.16 rebound performance and a win over the Clippers. Tonight, though, it's the defending champs.
Winter is
This Going Places brought to you by Toyota. Paul, Boston's bench.
the second unit really got it going in the second quarter. The offense led by Gordon Hayward. There's Brown hitting the three. Gordon Hayward is getting into a good rhythm here. He's dishing out the assists. He had 16 points on 7 of the parade shooting, getting some easy ones right there. And that really got Boston going there in the second quarter. And they turned some defense into offense, but the offense really got going because the first unit struggled.
Yeah, the bench has 34 of their 64 points. And, of course, we got to talk a little defense there.
Well, I thought that's what turned it. Toronto had great ball movement early, was able to get easy shots, scored 36 in the first quarter, and then everything changed with the defense in this second unit. You see Hayward here with great defense on Siakam, and they come down with a rebound. Smart's going to get a deflection here. The intensity just picked up in the energy, and then it led to the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, because obviously the Raptors started things out strong. I'd imagine they figured that out in the second half and make for a better ball game. Yes or no?
Yeah, it's got to come from the starters, though. You know, they start the third quarter. They got a good enough lead, but they need more from the starters. But overall, you know, Boston looks good. 64 points in the first half, not bad.
You like saying that. Kyrie finds Hayward. He had a great first half. Second half action coming back. Mark, Jeff, and Lisa will have that call. NBA studio with Stan and Paul. I am Michelle, and that game had a little bit of everything. But in the end, Kyrie Irving, with a competitor's dream game, he said, got it done.
Yeah, I really like what I saw from Kyrie. I mentioned before the game, you know, just his passing. He did a great job of that, obviously, with the career-high 18 assists. I mean, see, this is a Boston Celtics team I just don't get. I mean, who's going to show up? I mean, they played great tonight, especially toward the end. It was back and forth. But now you want to see them build on this because they can have nights like this and then go back and then lose to a team like Chicago or Phoenix. You know, hopefully they can build on this and this can carry them, you know, hopefully for the rest of the season.
Again, though, we see what they're like at their best. And the playoffs, I've always thought the regular season was about how consistently you could get near your best. The playoffs are about what's your top level.
Right.
Because everybody's going to be ready to play every night. And we see Boston's best is going to be pretty formidable against anybody.
Let me ask you this, because the word that seems to follow this Celtics team around is consistent or consistency. As a coach, when you can see these two sides of your team, they can be really, really great or they can be frustratingly awful looking. What do you do? Like, what do you tell them? How do you try to stop that cycle?
Well, I think the one thing for them is just getting a consistent lineup and a consistent rotation. I think I read something today. They've used 14 or 15 different starting lineups, among the most that anybody's used in the league. I think when they can settle into what you saw tonight, consistent starting lineup, bringing the 4 guys off the bench and play those 9 guys, they'll start to develop a rhythm. They got great play off their bench tonight. This team's going to be a threat, no doubt about it, come April.
If you're a young guy and you have a guy like Kyrie, who a lot of people, he's a clutch guy, how do you try to learn from that? What do you try to do to absorb what he's able to do on the floor?
Well, you got to understand, Kyrie is a champion. So he understands what it takes. So hopefully every day in practice or in team meetings, he's telling the guys, this is what we're going to, it's a process. It's the day-to-day process. It's the little things. Things don't happen overnight for championship success. And the young guys are still learning. That's why he used the reference to young guys. You know, the older guys, they understand, you know, every day consistency with practice and putting in the work and the time and not taking the days off. And he's trying to help them learn to play at a certain level. You have to in the NBA every single night because everybody, you're going to get everybody's best. You know, Boston was a team, everybody said, hey, they're going to be in the finals in the East. And so the rest of these teams are looking like, we think we're going to come out the East. Toronto, Milwaukee, you know, those teams. Even Indiana's making the case, you know, if they play Boston in the playoffs. So they're getting everybody's best shot.
Well, that game, that pendulum was swinging back and forth on the scoring. It started out from the beginning. But in the end, Boston with a nice home win. Kyrie Irving proving once again he does have championship pedigree. And there were other things happening in the league. 2 words. James Harden.
James.
Looking for his 18th straight 30-point game. Here we go. First quarter, Nets down 2. Jared Allen.
Jared Allen had 21 and 10 in the first half.
We might need to
How about this, though? This is what we know. Oh, Jared Allen doing what he does
Let me tell you
best.
something. He's going to get dunked on a lot, but he's going to block a lot of dunks, and that's what I like about him. Ain't no shame in his game.
Not at all. He tries to contest everything.
Unfortunately, though, after that, it became the Harden show, as many of these games have turned into over the course of the last several weeks.
I mean, people of America, people of the world, we are watching an incredible run, an incredible individual performance night in and night out. We need to appreciate this while we can because these type of runs don't happen very often if you're an NBA fan.
I will say this, though. Harden, with as many points as he continues to accumulate, that right there was a Spencer Dinwiddie 3 tying things up. This thing goes into overtime right now. There it is. Wow, it's a good game. I'm not saying anything. A record number of threes taken in that, but here you go. 20 consecutive games, averaging at least 40 points.
This is just an incredible run. We talk about some great scores in the history of the game. You don't even see Michael Jordan. You don't see Karl Malone. You don't see Kareem. We're talking about the top scorers in the game, and you see Kobe Bryant up there.
Yeah, you do. You do. Look, this, how do you describe what James Harden is doing right now?
No, it's incredible in today's game. But what was incredible about that graphic is everybody else was in the 20s. Will Chamberlain, 515.
Nobody takes notice.
Look at that. I mean, that's absurd.
He's not in the conversation for the GOAT.
Well, hello, you're the one having the conversations. Start putting him in.
Yeah, absolutely, he should be in there. And we always leave out the big guys. We leave him out. We leave Russell out. We leave Kareem out. And we always talk about the great perimeter guys. I think it's because the league we're in now is a perimeter league. And so we think Michael and Kobe and James Harden and LeBron and people like that. And we don't think about Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, that's crazy when you look at some of those numbers.
There were some cartoon numbers also. Records were set tonight in that game for both combined attempted threes and the Rockets also attempted threes. The last number we saw before we came in here was, I think, 62 attempted threes for the Rockets.
What do you think they do in practice?
I don't know. Just play horse?
Shoot threes.
Shoot threes.
No, it's really crazy. They have a lot of games now where they shoot more threes than twos. We've never seen anything like this. They're taking it all the time to new levels, every night a new level.
It's why the stats have to change, Dan, because we're not taking it into account.
But let me tell you something. Practice, like this point in the season, you don't really practice. So when guys go to the gym, they're putting up shots. You know, it's less contact. That's all they're doing. They're getting in the corner at the top and just shooting threes. No wear and tear, because you know, the regular season is 40 games in. Well, you know, you do walkthroughs and film, but they just shooting threes, and that's why you're seeing these record numbers now. And Harden,
look at that. I need to know what he's eating. I need to know what everything.
Like, as good as Greek Freak has played, as good as LeBron has been when he's been out there, as good as Curry's played, it's going to be hard to keep him from getting his second.
Oh, you can't.
I can't
because he's carried this team on their own, and he's not doing it in losing causes. Now, we don't know what will happen tonight, but they're 14-4, I think, in their last 18 games.
This is without
With
CP.
him doing this, he's got to be.
No Clint Capella.
And the good news is, got Eric Gordon back, so that will help as they make their push towards the end there. But the Nets are not an easy out, ladies and gentlemen, and that is proving to be quite fun to watch. We had other games, Bucks, Grizzlies, also happening earlier tonight in the first. Wow. Grizz down 14, but somebody tell JaMychal Green.
Somebody needs to watch ahead.
He angry about that.
He's mad at the rim. Look, he's just like, boy, if you don't get out my way.
He's mad at Ilya Silva for something.
And please believe he's going to attack the rim like, you better get out my way.
He landed on Marcus Gasol.
Ooh, how about this? I'll try something. No, I won't.
Not on me.
Well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? I hate to say
He
it.
just attacked the rim like he's always mad at the rim, and I like that.
I mean, he is, talked a little bit about it. Is it confidence? What has made him so much more powerful?
Well, confidence, and I think the confidence has come from his physical development. The other day they showed a clip on TV of what he looked like as a rookie. I think he's put on 45 pounds.
It's all the bicep
Just
curls.
Incredible.
We got a
Straight up.
Dirk sighting right here.
Yeah, we got a Dirk sighting. We got Spurs Mavs here happening in Dallas.
Luka, the Don.
So this was what, Doncic and DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, it looks like Don Luka is.
For our degenerate wagers.
Oh, I don't know.
But the Spurs did get Rudy Gay back in the starting lineup tonight, and that is good. This thing is tied with 2 minutes left to go. Pistons Magic looking for their third straight. And the third.
Gordon.
Oh, okay.
He reminds me of Blake Griffin, kind of.
Interesting. A little over 30 left in the fourth. No worries, mate. I got you. Ties that one up at 109 apiece. 20 seconds left in overtime. Pistons with the win. Yeah. Wait, Chauncey had Magic guys in that, didn't he? That seems like he's
Well, the Magic guys did win the bet on that.
They did?
Yes. They won at 62-59. That's all I care about
Stan is going to have a 1,000% winning percentage.
The results of the games don't even matter
just
to
the
me
coaches'
tonight. I just care about this.
So I'm not a gambler, Stan, but these friendly wagers, by the way, that is completely made up and executed, and I love it so much, by Paul Pierce, has turned into my life's passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's everything I think about. Time to go courtside for our next game, which happens to be